What are the consequences of speeding? Find out in this video as we take a deep dive into the sentencing guidelines.
Start by having a little chat about Russell Brand.
Okay.
So he's made headlines recently because he's been sentenced to speeding offences. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is a very quick recap of what he has done. So he was caught driving 95 miles per hour on the motorway.
Okay.
He was also caught driving 37 miles per hour in a 30 zone.
Okay.
So he was fined $3,500 and he was given 3 penalty points for the 37 miles per hour breach and 5 penalty points for the 95 miles per hour breach. That brings his total to 11 points.
Because he must have had 3 already.
He already had 3 points, yes. So, as always, when something like this happens to celebrities, people like to go online and give their opinion.
Yeah.
And a big part of the opinion that I was seeing on Twitter and the like is, oh, he got let off lightly. That's disgusting. His license should have been taken. These celebrities always get an unfair trial, etc., etc. So, do you want to have a little chat with us, John? Explain about sentencing and whether or not you think this was a fair outcome.
Okay, shall I dispel the myths? All right. So let's talk generally about speeding. So, if you go on the Sentencing Council website, there are a definitive set of guidelines for speeding, and you have a matrix. And the way that sentencing for speeding works, particularly regarding the impact upon your licence, the matrix sets out what should happen depending on what speed you were doing and what the speed limit was. So for each speed limit, each speed zone, you've got 3 categories of sentencing. The quicker you were going, the more severe the punishment. Okay, so let's take the 30 miles an hour incident first. Okay, so in a 30 miles an hour zone, you've got 3 sets of potential penalties. The lowest, if you were travelling between 31 and 40 miles an hour. Middle bracket, 41 to 50 miles an hour. Top bracket, 51 and above. Okay, so in our situation, we've got Russell Brand, who was travelling at 37 miles an hour. So that puts him in the bottom bracket. And the only option for the court is 3 points.
Oh, okay.
The court had no other option. There's no option to disqualify on that basis. No option to impose more points. Anywhere up to 40, up to and including 40 miles an hour in a 30 zone, it's 3 points. So on that one, the court was spot on, bang on the money. The other one, did you say it was 95 on a motorway?
95 on a motorway, yes.
Okay. So obviously we don't know if this was a variable speed limit, but I would
Let's
assume
it's not.
It's not. So let's assume it's a standard motorway, 70 miles an hour. So once again, we have our 3 brackets. So on the motorway or anywhere where it's a 70 miles an hour zone, so a dual carriageway as well, bottom bracket ranges from 71 to 90 miles an hour. And in that situation, 3 points is the only option for the court. The top one is 101 or over.
Right.
And then your middle bracket, which is where Russell Brand falls, is 91 to 100 miles an hour. Now in that middle bracket, the court has 2 options. They can either impose between 4 and 6 points, or they can disqualify for between 7 and 28 days. And really, it's a matter for the court what they do. Now, Russell Brand was doing 95, so he's squarely in the middle of that.
Yeah.
So given that the option for the court, if they're going to impose points, is 4 to 6, your 5 points is bang on the money. It's right in the middle. Now, as I say, the court have 2 options there. They can either impose those points or they can impose the ban. Now, some people in mitigation might try and persuade the court to impose a ban because, in this situation, given that the ban could have been 7 to 28 days, he might have tried to persuade the court to give him a 14-day ban and then he avoids those 5 points going on his licence. But if you're somebody who can't afford a 14-day ban, for whatever reason, you physically cannot be off the road.
Could be you need to drive for your job or care responsibilities, etc. Yeah.
Exactly. So you need to take the points. This video is brought to you by Speed Mooting. We are an organisation that help aspiring and junior lawyers We run online and in-person advocacy and mooting competitions. We do online advocacy and public speaking training, and we run lots of other events to assist people on their legal journey. To learn more, visit our website, speedmooting.com. And also, I should say that, regarding the speed, although he's, slap bang in the middle, and generally speaking, the court will look at where the speed falls on that sort of, in that range, and they'll give the points accordingly. They can also take mitigation into account. So, there's nothing to stop a court having someone who's there at 99 miles an hour, so very up at the top end of the range, but still impose 4 points if there's strong mitigation for whatever reason. That's within the court's power to award. I should say as well, just on this point, let's say for argument's sake he was travelling over 101 or over, and everyone, for some reason, people get it in their mind that either speeding on a motorway or over 100 on a motorway, it's an automatic ban. It's not.
Right.
Okay, so if he was in the top bracket, so let's say he was doing 101, the court has the power to impose between 7 and 56 days ban or 6 points.
Wow.
Okay.
So when you hear about these people getting banned for a year or longer and stuff, is that typically not for speeding? That's typically when you're crossing over to the drugs and the drink driving?
Yeah, so for a 1 year ban, it's got to be, your drink drive, drug drive, dangerous drive. So anything that has an automatic ban, so any of those offences, so as I say, dangerous, drug drive, drink drive, etc., the minimum ban has to be a year. Or if you can get a 1 year ban for speeding, but what you need is a number of bans within a certain time period. So for argument's sake, if you tot it to 12 points, you get a 6 month ban. If you then get another totting ban within a certain period of time, you then get a 12-month ban.
Oh.
Which it makes sense because, if you can't keep a clean licence within that shorter period of time.
Yeah, if you constantly repeat offending, then you've not learnt your lesson whatsoever. Well, there we go. That was Learning the Law, a little whistle-stop tour of speeding and sentencing.